Harley Davidson has done some pretty cool stuff with the 2025 model year lineup, but they have had a few misses. Let's talk about the 5 worst things with Harley Davidson in 2025. Alright everybody, what is up? What is up? As always, thanks for stopping by to another video today. And as you guys know by now, the 2025 model year lineup for Harley Davidson has been out for about a month now. And in my opinion, Harley Davidson has done some really cool stuff with the lineup. We have finally seen a revamp across the Softail Cruiser lineup. Of course, baggers were revamped in the previous year. So really some cool updates and features and technology, new 117 engines, a lot of really cool, great updates in my opinion for Harley Davidson in 2025. If you guys saw my last video, I ran through about 6 or 7 of what I would consider some of the best changes and updates to the lineup in that video. However, of course, there's always going to be some mistakes. There's always going to be a few misses. And in today's video, I want to run through the top 5 misses that Harley Davidson has made for 2025. Of course, a lot of this will be subjective and strictly just my opinion. I'm sure you guys will have some strong opinions out there as well. So make sure you go ahead and drop those comments down there. Let me know what you guys think are some of the misses, mistakes, or some of the worst things that we have seen from Harley Davidson in this model year of 2025. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I actually had a hard time coming up with 5 of these because, like I said, I really liked what they did this year. I liked a lot of the changes, the updates, the upgrades. I like the direction they're kind of headed in. More modern type changes, keeping up with the times, keeping up with the competition as well. So we will get started by running down some of the worst of Harley Davidson, with number 5 being no big launch event. So it was kind of strange to me that they weren't having a big model year launch event, because this year I feel like there was pretty significant changes to the lineup, considering all those changes to the Softail Cruiser lineup. In the past, we've seen some of those launches, some of those 30-40 minute live launches, the videos, the production that comes along with that, explaining some of the changes. We've seen those take place with much less significant changes to the bikes. This really seemed like a year that Harley would have done that and gone through and explained in more detail the engines, the technologies, the features, the upgrades, all of those things. That seemed like something that would have really warranted a live event. Now, I do know they released some of those like 60 to 90 second videos of people riding the bikes, just kind of some of those advertising, marketing videos. But I thought it was a mistake this year. I really think Harley should have actually done more of a production, focused a little bit more on a launch like this that we've seen in the past, and some of those details and changes to the Cruiser lineup, talked about those in depth and really got people more excited and really explained them in full detail. Next up on my list of the worst of Harley for 2025, coming in at number 4, we have this Centerline yellow color. So once again, this might make a few people angry. I'm sure there's people out there that like this color. Again, strictly just my opinion, but not a fan of the yellow motorcycles. For one reason, I don't see them shipped that much. I don't see them sell that much. So why even have them coming from the factory with this color? You have them on the Street Bob and the Breakout this year. We have seen previous yellow colors in the past. In recent years, with that rugged gold denim color, there was the industrial yellow, and to be honest, I have not seen many of these out in the wild. I've seen more on the showroom floors. I don't know what happens to them. I don't know if they sell, but it just seems to be not a very popular color. In my opinion, also does not look very great, and for that reason, that's number 4 on my list. Centerline yellow, not a great color for this year. Next up on my worst of Harley list for 2025, coming in at number 3, would be a lot of the new tank badges and graphics this year. So I will say that I would maintain that the Lowrider S, Lowrider ST still have a pretty cool iconic image graphic there. The Lowrider S still has that stretched Harley Davidson logo. Simple and cool in my opinion. The Lowrider ST with the chrome option has kind of that old school winged circular Harley logo with the wing that comes back. Very cool retro throwback in my opinion. Really, those are the only 2 that I like this year. Again, strictly just my opinion, but a lot of the other badges and graphics are just not that great. If you take a look at the badging on the baggers, to the Heritage, to the Street Bob, to the Fat Boy, a lot of these, they just look a little bit too big, too overdone, a little cartoonish, and a little too just kind of colorful in my opinion. And again, strictly just my opinion, I like a little bit more of a toned down, subtle type look on my bikes. I'm a big fan of just a bar and shield badge right in the middle of a tank. But like I said, coming in at number 3, the tank badging graphics this year for 2025, just not really that great. Didn't hit the mark for me this year, in my opinion. Next up, coming in at number 2 on my worst of Harley Davidson in 2025, the 2-into-1 exhaust that you now see on the Heritage, the Lowrider S, Lowrider ST, and the Street Bob. It looks a little bit too long, a little bit too big and bulky, in my opinion. Now, I know they probably did this for some performance reasons with these 117 updated motors that they have on the bike, looking to hopefully maybe gain some performance directly from the factory. Now, again, this one, honestly, maybe doesn't matter a whole lot just because, of course, everybody's going to strip these stock exhausts off their bikes. I think it's rare to find anyone that is probably going to leave the exhaust on anyway, but from the factory, it just doesn't look that great. Neither did the 2-to-2. That's why it's great. There's so many different aftermarket options out there for you to update these big, stock, clunky, overdone exhausts. Again, just too big and clunky, too long, stretches all the way to the back of your tire. I like a little bit of a shorter, stubbier exhaust, expose some of the back, but then again, like I said, just my opinion. And then finally, coming in on my list at number 1 of the worst of Harley Davidson in 2025 would be the 2025 Harley Davidson Road King Special. Now, if you guys have been tuning in, I was so passionate about this particular topic that I made a whole video on it. You guys can go back and take a whole other look, but just really huge mistake by Harley here not to update the 2025 Harley Davidson Road King Special. Again, just a quick recap. This bike has been totally left behind, left in the dust. No attention to this bike. It still has the 114, it still has the stretched bags, it still has the incandescent ball lighting, all of which was updated on most of the other bikes like the Baggers, the Softail Cruiser lineup. For some reason, the Road King just seems to be getting left behind in 2025. Now, of course, the gist of my other video was, is there something else going on with that motorcycle? Will it be updated mid-year? Will it be updated next year? We don't know, but for 2025, that is probably the biggest mistake. The worst part of the Harley Davidson lineup in 2025, in my opinion, would be the lack of changes to the Road King Special. So that'll go ahead and start to wrap up this quick list of my worst of Harley Davidson in 2025. Again, it was actually kind of hard for me this year to come up with this list because I really think overall Harley did a really great job with the lineup, modernizing these bikes, new features, technology, upgraded engines, all that good stuff. But to recap just a few of those things that I think they missed the mark on: no launch event, the Centerline yellow color, the funky cartoonish looking badges and graphics, the 2-to-1 exhaust, and then of course no updates to the Road King Special. So that's my list there. Drop it down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my list of the worst of Harley in 2025. Let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like, let me know where you think they missed the mark in 2025. So of course that will go ahead and wrap it up for now. As always, make sure you guys ride safe out there. Make it a good one, guys. It's the Moto Drone. We'll see you all on down the road. Peace.